Okay, welcome to another episode of Real Talk about real estate, real stuff, and real tours. We have a really exciting real estate topic today. It's not like a Dateline episode. Somebody didn't get murdered. It's not that exciting, but not that murder is exciting. I didn't mean to say that. Anyway, Top 3 reasons buyers paused on their decision to buy a home.
So exciting.
So exciting. Well, it's insightful and it's sort of obvious. I mean, the first one you have listed here is mortgage rates. So, yeah, it got real expensive.
It did.
To own a home.
So I think the issue there, part of it was psychology, like psychologically rates went from 3 to 8 at one point. Mm-hmm. And so just that huge jump, people were like, whoa, what the heck?
Without a change in pricing.
Right. So not only did the mortgage, it was like sticker shock.
Major.
For people.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, I'm going to back up, wait, see what happens, and keep renting for now, which is totally understandable.
Mm-hmm.
And if those people who, when rates did go to 8, if they waited, then, they're closer to 7 now. So there would have been a benefit there. But we can't predict the future, and there's always refinancing.
There is. I wish we could predict the future. Wouldn't that be amazing?
That'd be great. Man, we'd make a lot of money.
We really would. Well, I was going to reference the Super Bowl, but I won't because this is going to be probably way after that. If we could have predicted that future, things would have turned out differently, hopefully.
Yes.
Anyway.
Anything else about mortgage rates?
Sorry. She's losing her mind. No, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, they went up. People decided, like you said, sticker shock, and decided not to buy.
Okay. Number 2, the second reason, and these are in order. So that was like the number 1 reason. Number 2 reason people paused their decision on buying, not saying that they're not going to ever buy, but just not last year, is because of inventory, which means lack of housing. And it's nationwide for sure. And I will say locally here in Chico, we've stayed pretty steady with our inventory. So it's not as shocking as it was before where like we had this huge dip, but, there's just not a lot of options. And, if you're a buyer, you might be a little bit particular about what type of house you're looking for. And then you find one that you really like and it has other offers on it too. So then you don't get that one. And, I think just overall lack of inventory, and then it feeds into the affordability issue.
Right. Well, the inventory thing has been a thing for a while. I mean, we've bounced around 100 to 100 and well, as low as 50 some odd homes to 125 homes.
Yeah.
Is not a lot. I mean, that's not a lot of inventory. So that's a huge problem. Not enough housing has been
since the fire in I would say more like, it was end of 2018, more like 2019. And Chico has not recovered from that and COVID.
Yeah.
Buying up all those homes.
Yep.
So
those 2 major things happened in our area for sure.
Yeah. And not enough building.
The the third reason, I should say, the number 3rd reason is affordability.
Yeah.
If you look at how homes have increased over the last few years, they've just steadily grown, and we haven't seen a decline in pricing in a very long time, and we're probably not going to.
No,
so,
not
things aren't going to get cheaper.
No, and what's interesting is mortgage rates and inventory both feed into affordability. So the people who took the survey, it's almost like they're not thinking in terms of affordability, but that ultimately is probably the reason why they didn't move, because mortgage rates are high causes a higher mortgage. Inventory is low causes prices to go up, which cause a higher mortgage. Right. So those 2 things are both affordability. And even though they didn't say that.
And I think a really good point to make on affordability also has to do with, again, inventory. So, and building and builders wanting to build. And there's such a debate in that, at least in our area, about, all the developers just want to get rich and other people just don't want the land to be ruined because they want to use the land for other things, which I totally get too. Like there's a debate going on there. And it's like, where do you stop how do you solve the problem of affordability if you can't have more inventory? It's a simple supply and demand. When we can't get gasoline in the United States, the prices of gas goes up. If you go and buy products up in Tahoe, they cost more because it costs more to get them up to Tahoe, right, than it does to get them here. So it's the same situation here. When we can't, I feel that part of the problem of affordability is the lack of inventory, the cost that it costs to build, the infrastructure that has to be put in to build it, and that all gets pushed onto the builder, and then the builder turns around and passes it on to the borrower, the buyer.
Yeah, so absolutely.
It's another one of those dang circles that just keeps going around.
Perpetuating. It's funny because we're all kind of in agreement about these things. Like, we all agree inventory is low. We all agree affordability is high. And we all agree that mortgage rates are high. Yet nothing can get done. Right. We all agree teachers should get paid more. Yet nothing gets done.
That never happens.
It's kind of funny. There's these, anyway,
little conundrums.
Big conundrums.
They're big conundrums. They are.
But so if anyone has, solution for any of these things, please come forward and let us know, and we'll push that agenda. But you can't make everyone happy, and that's, everyone's different. Everyone has different wants and needs and perspectives and backgrounds, and so there's just no pleasing everyone. But I think for the majority, at least in our area, we really need more houses being built in order to sustain our prices. We're still cheaper than most California, but
and you know what, there is a really good article that we will reference here that
link below.
It's in the Chico ER. It's a couple weeks back, so we'll have to find it, but it talks about how in Chico we have built more affordable housing in terms of apartment complexes.
Oh yes.
It was a really good article. We really have done our part in comparison to some other areas throughout California. So there's that. It's not housing that one can purchase, which obviously creates personal wealth for that individual or family that's buying a home, and you can pass that wealth on to your children. So obviously buying and owning property is a great way to go for investment purposes, but at least it opened up some options for people, whether they're renting or buying,
to have a better, what's the word I'm looking for? House.
Yeah, a better place to live, a newer place to live than maybe some Cracker Jack house somewhere.
Yes, for hopefully a affordable-ish price.
Absolutely. So those are the top 3 reasons.
Yeah,
and they all like intertwine.
They do. They all play into ultimately what's your mortgage going to be at the end of the day, and can you afford that? But if you have a different reason why you didn't buy that you think might appeal to, obviously there's personal circumstances, but if you have a different reason that you think other people may have had that reason too, let us know below. We'd be really interested to know if there's anything else. This came from Keeping Current Matters, and they did a pretty large survey, so probably covers the masses there, but I'd be interested to know. I think another reason people might not buy is because they're uncertain of where they want to live. So, I've talked to people who are like, well, we might stay in Chico, but there's a chance we won't. So we just need to see how the next 2 years play out or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. And it just depends on what's happening in your life at that time. And if we can, we will also put the link to the Keeping Current Matters article and or their graph that they put on that topic. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. See you guys on the next one.
Bye.